Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? Welcome back. Ooh, my phone is being weird. So we're going to see what happens here on TikTok. I got 3 platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Welcome to my Freedom Friday. My name is Ashley, certified nutrition coach and a hormone health coach who's grown her MBA online utilizing my phone and my skills and simple systems and simple duplication. Hi, Brenda. And I want to share with you guys, I got about 12 minutes here before I have another phone call. I want to share with you an analogy that I was taught by Fraser Brooks, like seriously 10 years ago, that has helped me in the process of 10xing my systems and my confidence and my flows and my bank account utilizing this really amazing analogy that is called the Lord analogy. Okay, if you are new to me and you've never followed me before, my name is Ashley, certified nutrition coach, hormone health coach. I am obsessed with business and online and marketing and building your brand. I've built multiple 6-figure businesses over the span of the last 12 years, the last one recently within the last 4 months. And I love this stuff. I'm obsessed with this stuff. This is like a generic training. So many people sell stuff. Maybe you sell hair care. Maybe you sell your workout programs. Maybe you sell nutrition courses. Maybe you sell sourdough courses. Maybe you sell like skincare or teeth whitening. It doesn't matter. Anyway, homes, even homes. This is a generic training. If you're anything in sales, I'm going to give you the best tips that has helped me. And thousands of people on my team have massive success as well too. And today I want to talk about the conversations because it's the beginning of the year. I bet there are thousands of people, if you're in any type of sales at all, that you could go back to and reignite and restart up conversations. The really cool thing with conversations, I learned this from the very beginning from someone named Michelle Barnes. She's like, those who have the most conversations wins. And this is massive. She's like, if you have any company, any leaderboard, you could sell homes and hopefully the homes have leaderboards, but any type of a leaderboard, like any company always asks to see their leaderboards, like who's on the leaderboards, how much are they selling, like, you know, what's the difference, what do they have to do, dual-sided compensation plan, commissions, all these different types of things. But all of those people, every single one of those people that are on any of those boards or anybody that's really good in any type of sales has conversations. Those who have the most conversations wins. These are the people that are at the top of the boards, at the top of the sales, making the most money, growing their MBA, building their brand, having these conversations. So there's this analogy. It's not my analogy. I took it from Fraser Brooks about 10 years ago when I learned it on one of Eric Worre's trainings that he did. But it's called the Lord analogy. I'm going to show you how to use this in your business and in your life. Okay, I got 10 minutes here. Lord analogy, LORD. Location, occupation, recreation, dreams. You want to write these down, okay? And I can also maybe like screenshot you the framework and send it to you afterwards. If you want that, let me know. But the framework, Lord analogy, location, where do you live, right? Okay, so let's just use this in like a way, like maybe, you know, you're reaching out. I'm reaching out to Becky, okay? So I have this friend, Becky, that I've been watching her page. Like, I think she's really amazing. Maybe you're selling homes. Maybe you're selling health and wellness products. Maybe you're selling sourdough bread, whatever. Like, you just see someone, maybe you want them to join your business opportunity or you really want them to join it and try your products, right? There's an analogy that you can follow to have conversations with people to kind of get them to know, like, and trust you. So first is location. So when you get into someone's inbox and you're having a conversation with them, it's just a great way to follow so that you don't fall off track and like don't seem like a weirdo when you're having conversations with people. So first is L for location, right? Like, hey, Becky, oh my gosh, like I saw your profile picture. You and your pink shirt or your dog in your background. I mean, whatever, however you start that conversation is you, right? But leading to the first thing I would be like is, hey, so I'm from Colorado. Where are you from? Like, I would love to know, where is it that you reside? And maybe it tells them in the front of their page, right? Because we're not weirdos, we're humans. Maybe in the front of the page, it's like, hey, I live in Michigan. So maybe you're reaching out to Becky and she lives in Michigan. So you reach out to her and like, hey, Becky, thank you so much for following my profile. You look very awesome, super high vibe. I see that you're from Michigan. How long have you lived there? Okay. This is a way to have a conversation, should not be a weird, spammy, tammy, icky, like whatever. And you can lead it all the way to your product that you're selling or your homes that you're selling or your digital downloads or whatever it is that you're doing by having conversations and being a real human. Okay, so first is location. Where do you live? Maybe it's like, how long have you lived there? Oh my gosh, I visited Michigan, 3 years ago. I have a friend that lives there and she lives by the lake and da-da-da-da. And this is what, you know what I mean? Like you can have conversations just in that L in the Lord analogy for as long as you need to, okay? When things kind of get weird, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say next. The next is O, which is occupation. What do you do in Michigan for work, Becky? Right? You had a conversation. You found out she's lived in Michigan for 20 years. She loves the cold, whatever. Okay. So now you're like, Becky, what do you do for work in Michigan? Right? The whole goal, we're having conversations, we're igniting conversations. Those who have the most conversations wins. These are the people at the top of the leaderboard. These people sell the most. These people have the highest algorithms. Their algorithms seeing that they're having conversations and people are connecting back with them. And the content that they pump out gets higher reach. Okay. Anyways, so O is occupation. So Becky, what do you do in Michigan? I'm a 5th grade math teacher. Wow, that's amazing. How long have you been a 5th grade math teacher? 22 years. You must love it. Like, do you love kids? I have conversations about that, right? Maybe when things kind of get weird, okay, it goes off to the next. I know. I think the same thing, D-Nice. Like, although I'm getting ready to go skiing, which is why I'm all bundled up. I got like my snow pants, all the things ready to go. I don't love the cold either. Anyways, it's all about conversations. So the conversation gets weird. You don't really connect. You don't know anything about 5th grade math, whatever. It's getting weird. Okay, so the next is R, which is recreation. So Becky, okay, like you don't have to say it like this. Like I'm kind of giving it back to you as you're like having this conversation. You know that Becky's lived in Michigan for 24 years and she's a 5th grade math teacher for 22 years. So Becky, what do you do on your time off when you're not teaching kids for 5th grade math, which is recreation? What are you doing for fun? Okay, like what do you do for fun? When you're not working, when you're not busy, do you travel? Do you 4-wheel? Do you bake cookies? Do you watch Stranger Things? Do you exercise? How can you connect? Right? This is all about connecting on a scale. So you're having conversation, you're connecting. You figured out that she likes to 4-wheel and camp, and you've connected with camping. You love to camp, and you're talking about your camping experiences and your trips, and when a bear came into your campsite one time, whatever, right? Like, you're just having the conversation, okay? Now, it kind of gets weird. You're like, okay, I don't really know what to say next. So the last thing that I would say in this analogy, in this Lord analogy, to help you have conversations with people or reignite back conversations with people, whether you're trying to sell them a house or a girdle or a pair of shoes or a digital download or a weight loss product, right? You have to have the conversations. You can't be weird. Everything is not all set up on like systems. And while I have systems and I have scripts and like I've mastered them and we absolutely crush them in the flows and the support and step by step, you still have to be a real person, right? So the last one is D, which is dreams. If time and money weren't an issue, what would you be doing more of? Also, you could say destinations because I have a travel club that I'm a part of. And sometimes I'll be like, so tell me, before I go into the whole dream thing, right? Tell me, like, where do you like to travel? You live in Michigan for 22 years. Have you ever traveled outside of Michigan? Have you gone to Bora Bora? Like, I want to go to Italy. Oh, you've gone to Italy? Like, tell me about that because I want to go. I'm going to take my family of 5. Where should I eat? Where should I stay? Where's the best place to visit? You know what I'm saying? If you're in a travel club, that's the best part where you can kind of flip it to, well, do you travel? When's the last time you traveled outside of your state? Tell me more about that. Right? If you've ever done, if you're in sales it doesn't matter what your sales is. Network marketing, digital downloads, house sales, it doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're creating, you still have to have the conversations. And this is the flow that has helped me to create multiple 6 figures a year and build my algorithm and have my growth so people see my content and things that I'm pumping out. And it's super important that you're doing this with your people. You probably have a list. If you're like me, and you have a notebook of all the people you've had your conversations with, and you go back to your notebook and you start having these conversations and you follow this analogy, you will get your people to know, like, and trust you. Okay? You're still doing the back end work. You still got to post. You still got to do the reels. Maybe you got to do the lives. Maybe do your posts and your stories. I would do all of them if I was you. This is what I do on my pages every day. You still got to pump out the content, but these conversations in the back end brings people to your content. I've been talking to Ashley about Michigan and she's so like kind and sweet and she's talking about me and she asks all these questions about me. Oh, she sells like a product that helps me drop 5 or more pounds in 5 days and shrink my jiggly wiggly. Are you kidding me? Of course, I know her. I'm going to purchase her product. Or, oh my gosh, she sells houses. Like I'm in the market for a house, whatever. Okay. All right. So dreams, if time and money weren't an issue, this is the D in the Lord analogy, location, occupation, recreation, dreams. D. Okay. If time and money weren't an issue, what would you be doing more of? You're kind of like getting them to dream there and finding out what they're wanting. What's their, like, what ultimate goal, what dreams, what are they wanting? Like more time freedom so they can travel the world with their family. They want to be able to stay home with their husband. They want to be able to save for their kids' college. They want to be able just to help their husband out because bills are expensive, whatever. Okay. Spend time with their spouse or their family. Not everybody wants to do that, but some people do. So finding out what they're loving. This can always lead into where the next question or the next conversation, this does not have to be within the same hour or 12 hours or 24 hours. You can circle back in 24 hours later after you've had this little Lord analogy conversation. And by the way, anytime conversation gets weird, all you got to do is chat GPT. Hey, so I'm having a conversation with so-and-so. She kind of turned it to her boyfriend's cheating on her, and it's kind of a weird conversation. I don't know what to do, and I want to keep her on the Lord analogy path. What can I do? Yes, I've had this conversation before. And it will give you ideas and tips to flip the conversation so you can keep the conversation going and not let it get weird, because you're in control of these types of conversations, right? Sometimes you're not. Sometimes people are. It's fun. It's fun. It's all fun, right? You're building your brand. You're growing your MBA on social media. You're having conversations with people. This Lord analogy is absolutely brilliant. And then ChatGPT, anytime you get off course. Every single person on your list right now from 2025 that hasn't purchased your products or your systems or whatever it is that you're selling, your homes, whatever, you need to get back into conversations with those people right now. And you need to give yourself a minimum amount of people that you're following up with this analogy every single day. Maybe it's 5 people from maybe you don't have a massive list. Maybe you have a list of 20 people. Start with 5. And then you can go back over these people, whether it's a week down the road, a couple days down the road, a month down the road, a half a month down the road, whatever your follow-up system is, which is something we'll continue to talk about as we go throughout these Freedom Fridays, which, by the way, Freedom Fridays are normally 12 Mountain Time, but we're going skiing. And I have a call in 1 minute, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, it's a great system to create conversations, to build your algorithm, to help you in the process of growing your MBA. You have to do it. You can't skip it. You will never be able to skip this step. If you want to grow a massive bank account, you have to have the conversations. If you want this analogy flow, get into my inbox and message me, Lord, and I will screenshot this analogy so that you have this, so you can take this and you can write it out or you can print it out, whatever that looks like, and you can follow this whole analogy. But it's L for location, O for occupation, R for recreation, D for dreams or destinations. The Lord analogy. And if at any time it gets weird, go to ChatGPT. Okay? You're amazing. I gotta go. I have a phone call. I'll be back next Friday for more tips and tricks to help you grow your MBA. If you are looking for more freedom, bigger MBA, you want to know how to build your brand, you want support, you want leadership from me. Actually, me, I'm not sitting on the beach drinking margaritas and just like, here, figure it out. Here's a whole like recorded system. It's like you and I in the trenches. If you like health, wellness, or even travel, I have a 3-minute video that explains more about what I do to create time freedom from the palm of your hand, wherever your phone resides on the planet. Please get into my inbox and message me the word ready, and I'll send you a 3-minute video that explains more. I gots to go. I got a phone call. You guys are amazing. I hope that was helpful.